Hola, buenos días.
Buenas tardes, buenas noches.
This is Barb.
And this is Estella.
And welcome to
Cafecito.
And Crimen. ¿Cómo están, everybody? I am super sorry.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. We're super sorry, or I am, that I got sick.
Yeah.
No lo vuelvo a hacer.
Who did you get it from?
I think it was Juju.
Your son.
My son, because he came home with something, and then he had been having a cough, and so I had been giving him meds and stuff. But I need...
Oh, there you had just, they just went back to school and stuff, so it was...
Yes,
it was
and a lot
happen.
of the kids I've heard...
and then allergies are real bad.
Allergies are really bad. And then on top of that, I think COVID was hitting really bad. So one of the kids that goes to his school... His mom told me that he had COVID. So I'm like, shit, maybe we're going to catch it.
I thought that was your daughter's friend.
Yeah, well, it's the same friend.
Oh.
They're brothers and sister.
Oh, they go to the same, los dos, right?
Yeah,
they
go
the
to
pair.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, yeah.
So then I'm like, dude, like, I don't know what's going on. But I think it was more like stuffiness. But on top of that, like I had a whole horrible week. My dad had surgery at the end of the week. So then I was like, fuck, I cannot be sick for this.
Yeah.
Like I don't have time for this. Pero then I would just take medicine y me dormía. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So anyway, I talked to the doctor. She told me she didn't think that it was COVID. Pero nada más traía the congestion.
Yeah.
So I started doing my case. And then I was like, I can do this. And then afterwards, I was like,
and then the next day, you're like, I can't do this.
I'm like, no, I'm being honest. No puedo. Like every time I sit down to work on it, me estoy quedando dormida because I'm taking meds, para ayudarme or whatever. I took these medicines from Mexico. They probably don't know what they were for, pero they helped.
They helped you. I always see that meme que dice cuando me tomo la medicina de México, and it's like them attacking the sickness in your body.
You have
como una pinche hierba and shit.
You have no idea.
Or it's like choke slamming them to the floor and
So
stuff.
one of my really good friends that I used to work with, shout out to La Sandy, she gave me some medications from Mexico. She's like, tomate esto, es bien, bien viejita la güey. Tomate esto, es bien bueno. And I was like, oh, sí. Le dije, dámelas. And she gave me the pack y todavía tenía. And they work, pero a mí me daban sueño.
Okay.
So... pero no me sentía, and I kept telling my husband, yo tengo fiebre. And he's like,
you don't?
No. And then I'm like, no, es que yo tengo fiebre. He's like, no, you don't. So anyway, and then after that,
where your dad had surgery.
My dad had surgery. Yeah. That was Friday. Gracias a Dios, everything was good. Y luego el Saturday, pues me fui.
Yeah.
Me fui lejos.
You went to San Antonio.
I went to San Antonio.
It's 2 hours.
Pero still, I went to San Antonio to go see all-time favorite group. I cried the whole fucking time. Not the whole time, most of the time. But you know how it feels cuando vas a un concert y que estás ahí, que you're looking at, like, these are the songs that you used to sing when you were, like...
Little. I feel like that's how I would feel at a Britney Spears concert. If I ever saw her in concert, I think like that's how I would feel.
For real. Like, I don't know if it was just because I was, like, PMSing or whatever, pero at the same time, like, it was emotional. And then the song...
she went to go see Maná, by the way.
I'm sorry, I didn't say that. I apologize. So Maná, I went to go see Maná, and now Maná was my shit. Like, bruh. Like, that was my shit. And so when Emma was born, I didn't know a lot of, like, ¿cómo se les dice? Como para dormirlos, a lot of lullabies and stuff. So my sister would tell me que she would sing to her kids, pero Selena.
Yeah.
Because that's what she knew.
Yeah.
So, but I would sing Maná to Emma. Because that was what I knew. So then when Tú Eres Mi Religión started playing, dude, I swear, I was videoing it. I was like that. And
it's like you want to enjoy the moment, but you also want to capture it on your phone. But then you hear yourself in the back, you're like, ew.
No, pero también, so what I would do, I would
record a little bit,
y luego se lo mandé a ella, se lo mandé a Emma, my daughter, and I was like, this is like, she knew exactly what that song was.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh my God, mommy. She put the crying emoji también. Probably she doesn't get as emotional as I did, but I was a mess. No, porque yo era butterfly. Yo era la mariposa traicionera. Yo era todo. Yo era yo estaba la loca del muelle de San Blas. I mean, I was all of it. Yeah. So then after that, I need to tell you guys where I went. To a historical place.
Where? The largest pecan in the world?
The world's largest pecan.
It was
pretty big.
But is it a real pecan?
No, it wasn't a real pecan. Pero it was a statue. But there's not another statue of a pecan.
Well, we should make it.
Nah, I'm good. They can have it. And we went to Seguin, and Seguin was amazing. The food that we went to the Burnt Bean. Estela was like, I would not stand in fucking line.
I would not. I'm sorry.
We were there for an hour.
Estaba lloviendo, ¿no?
Estaba lloviendo. We were there for an hour. And then...
Well, no, I can't say that I wouldn't stand... I wouldn't go if I was hungry. That's what I'm saying, because I would...
No, we had coffee. Porque we went to... The original plan was to go to this place it was called Blush in San Antonio. I didn't know what it was. So Alex found it and he's like, let's go. So pero it started raining, pouring. And so then we parked the truck, pero ya sabes que como que en downtown tienes que estacionarte y luego caminar. So that's how, and there's a lot of new construction in San Antonio. So then Alex was like, well, nos bajamos aquí. We run over there. So I was like, yeah. And I'm like, look at this. No hay gente y todo, right?
I wonder why.
Bien chido, bitch. 45-minute wait or a reservation. Oh, these tables estaban solas. And I'm like,
but
what?
There were reservations, I guess?
There were, I guess.
Yeah.
So then I was like, oh, okay. Y luego, so then across the street, estaba un little cafe, the place that I told you about. And they had, their fucking coffee was pretty amazing. I'm not gonna lie. And so then we had coffee there. So ya habíamos como y un pan. And it was like a baked, I've never had a baked donut. It was a banana baked donut.
Interesting. I don't think I've ever had one.
Me neither. I don't know if anybody's had one. Let us know. And I'm
gonna go buy a donut and then put it in the little
no pendeja
oven.
no
and it's baked.
Pero it's a
no they like bake it instead of like
but it was
deep
delicious.
Frying.
It was so
and
good.
It's weird because you don't like donuts.
No, I do like some donuts. It just depends on what donuts they are because si saben como una grasa, I don't know that little texture. Sorry, I almost vomited in my mouth. Anyway, so then ya fuimos so we had already kind of ate, and then when we got to the burnt bean, it was pretty amazing. It was amazing. And then like you're in line y ya vas a llegar, and then
you're like excited.
And it was worth it. It was worth it. They do deserve the Michelin star 2024. They do. And so then that's it. So I just went to the world's biggest pecan.
Mana.
I mean, what else do I want?
Well, you just went for a day.
I mean, but what else do I want? I mean, that just made my life.
Yeah, your month.
My whole, Mana made my whole life.
Yeah.
I hope everybody understands, like, everybody has, like, I don't know if everybody does, but I'm a big concert goer. I love concerts. Like, my husband takes me a lot to concerts when I'm like, I want to see this person, whatever. And there's a certain amount of people that I want to see in concert. And they were in my top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, and me and you had already talked about it.
And then I think Luis Miguel, which you've already
saw
seen
Luis
him.
Miguel, and it was, but the only one that I didn't get to see was Juan Gabriel because he was, but he was top there. But I did get to see Jenny Rivera, and she passed, so I was able to see her. I still have a few that I would go see, pero
and then I feel like a lot of them are going like
on retours, maybe?
Yeah, like nostalgia type of tours and stuff like that.
Let me tell you que Maná, they were starting there. They're not coming to Houston, first of all. Second of all, they're starting there, and this was their second show
of the tour.
Oh, shit. They had just played the night before, and this was the second show.
Where were they at? They must have been in Texas, no?
Well, they were in San Antonio.
No, pero you said this was the second?
Yeah, ahí mismo in the Frost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they had two shows there. And then they have 2 shows in Dallas. But why didn't they come to Houston? I need to find out.
That's weird. They were here the year that I took your daughter to that K-pop concert the first time. Maná was going to play like the following week or the following month.
That's weird, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, they have a big concert. ¿Cómo se llama? No concert, pero a big tour.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Also, we want to thank the messages that we got about anime shows that we got.
Dude, what the fuck? Of course. Thank you so much. Not only that, but I did get a friend for Pokemon Go, and I appreciate her. She knows who she is. We be sending gifts all the time. And I'm sorry that I kind of was like waiting for her, and then I realized, and I read her message, and it said, I just started.
Oh.
So then it wasn't like she was like
already in it.
Like I've been in it for a while, and we play a lot. And so then, but it was so awesome to see. And then I was looking at her, I'm like, oh, she has her Charizard up here, girl. Yes. But you know who you are. Thank you so much. And yes, thank you so much for all of the anime love.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, anime is big.
Yeah.
Anime is huge.
And then we're going to go watch the Demon Slayer movie soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going on Friday with my friends, and then
she's a hater.
And then we're going.
So she's going to go before we are, me and my.
Yeah, but we're doing 4DX on Sunday.
So we were watching this stupid ass thing. I'm sorry if you guys, if we're boring you guys, I'm sorry. But we were watching this like TikTok, and it was like somebody went to go watch The Conjuring.
The Conjuring, yeah. And I also went to go watch The Conjuring already.
You did? How was that?
It was okay. I mean, it wasn't my favorite of like all four.
Really?
The first one is still my favorite, just saying.
I mean, shit, the first one is the first one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a classic.
Yeah.
But I mean, and I was like, and the girl, and so Stella sent this to me, and then she sent me that emoji that, you know, the kid going like this, con los teeth, like, and so then.
I just don't, I'm not going to get anything to drink or anything to eat, because you imagine.
And then especially like the fighting scene.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point.
I mean, the whole point of the fucking movie is fighting. So I don't know, but my son said he's excited.
Que me acuerdo, it kind of reminds me, you know, the Despicable Me ride at Universal?
Yes.
I think that's what's kind of like going to be like you're part of the ride, right?
Yeah, I
or
think
like
so.
Or the Simpsons one, like
the Simpsons run. I think
like
so.
the interactive ones.
Yeah.
But you're supposed to be paying attention to the movie, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I don't think I've ever done a 4DX movie.
Me either.
You know, I didn't know. I told you.
I don't know if we told you guys we're watching Demon Slayer. I don't know if she mentioned that. She just said we're going to go to the movie. But,
yeah.
So
I think so. I did say
okay.
Pero earlier in the year, when the last 2 episodes of Attack on Titan,
don't start.
They made it into a movie. So we went to go watch it at the beginning of the year with my friends or whatever. But I didn't know that they had it in 4DX, and I just feel like
imagine.
I would have been like, oh, that's such like a missed opportunity. Like I had no idea.
That is.
I feel like that would have been like the best.
Okay,
but
so I'm excited. But yeah, we're super excited. And we'll tell you what we think about it on the next episode.
Yep.
But I'm pretty sure we'll like it because fucking Demon Slayers are shit. Anyway, so this episode I think it's a very well known episode.
Case.
A case. Y hay mucha gente que lo ha hecho, covered it and everything, pero me llamó mucho la atención because a lot of people, you know, not a lot of people, but there's people out there that think that this particular thing or that we're going to be talking about has to do with connection with the devil. And so it kind of was interesting to me when I saw that. So today we are going to Hong Kong in specific. We are going to the area of Southern Kowloon.
Okay.
It's Kowloon. And I did look up all of these things because I wanted to make sure I said them right. Mm-hmm. And the actual city, como hace cuenta que is Hong Kong, and then the city of Hong Kong que se llama Sim Sha Su.
Okay.
And it's also known as TST. So if you would like to come with us to Sim Sha Su, go ahead and grab your cafecitos.
And let's get started.
So there was a lot of like things that were about this area. Basically what I found out, it's like a little area donde está like right on the water.
Okay.
Which I had no idea that it was like that. So haz de cuenta que es Hong Kong y luego tiene como otro piece of Hong Kong. Like it's not together. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like a little, almost like an island.
Yeah,
and this is where this area is at. So they have this particular place, the Sim Sha Su, has a avenue of stars. So kind of like the Hollywood. Yeah. But it celebrates Hong Kong film industry with the statue of, guess who? Bruce Lee.
Oh, bitch, I was going to say Liberty. You just said statue. I was like, with Liberty. But Bruce Lee, yeah, that makes sense.
If they don't have a statue.
I know, like, what would the Statue of Liberty have to do with China?
Yeah,
nothing.
So I'm so sorry, people. And then also, they have a Symphony of Lights show. So this show is visible across the Victoria Harbor. So that's what I was talking about, like a harbor. And it's the world's largest permanent light and sound show.
Wow.
Yeah. I wish I would have watched the video. I didn't get to watch it.
That's what I was going to say. I wonder how long it lasts or how.
I don't know, but it must be like cool.
What did you say it was known as?
It was known the largest permanent light and sound show.
Okay,
so they have sound shoe.
Yeah.
Well, sound shoe or two.
Or sound
shoe.
Two.
Now, TST or Sim Sha Su. It's funny because it's Sim Sha Su in Cantonese or in Chinese, and then in English they call it Sui.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, I wonder why that makes a difference. But anyway, so it is so crowded and international that certain areas like Chungking Mansions, which is, I guess, a big popular area there, you will find people from over 100 nationalities living and working in one building complex.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That's actually really interesting.
Very. So I'm going to start off by letting you guys know there's a big trigger warning with this one. I do speak of...
I don't think I've ever heard of a case in Hong Kong.
You have, but no te acuerdas. So this one's very, very... I even had to talk to my husband about maybe not doing this case because the last case that we did similar to this was the one where the girl that was on the sofa. And there was a lot going on with her, and it was a lot of, I don't know, bodily fluids, basically, is what I'm saying. So I'm just letting you know there's a lot of that. So trigger warning to everyone. This is not an episode that anybody young should be listening to. So I felt like, I don't know, should I do it? Should I? Now I was going back and forth, but I was like, I felt necessary because these victims, even though they died this tragically, they still need their, their voice. Yeah. And I feel like we can give it a little bit of a voice. In 1999, excuse me. In 1999, 3 officers were sitting eating lunch at the police station at the TST area of Hong Kong. When a young girl comes into the police station, and her name has been changed to protect her identity, and I will be referring to her as Ah Fong. Okay. She comes into the to the officers, and the officers are están comiendo su lonchecito ahí, and they eat good, girl. And then the little girl is crying. So
how old? I'm sorry.
I'm about to.
Okay, sorry.
When they went to go ask her, well, ¿qué estaba pasando? She said that for the past few days, there's been a ghost of a girl that's been scaring her.
Okay.
So this girl keeps saying that it's a ghost, y que es un ghost, and then the officer kind of like, ¿de qué está hablando?
Yeah.
Pero then it gets a little bit more in depth when she tells them that the ghost is about 22 years old. So then they're like,
okay,
why is the ghost 22 years old? So she's 14. So there's this 14-year-old girl standing in front of them talking about a ghost that was not letting her sleep, that she can't do pretty much nothing because she's very scared. Mm-hmm. So as I'm going to call her Fong because it's Ah Fong, continued, she was so terrified that they got a little bit more intrigued. And this is like, not like, okay, so Casper was there, y salió, y no, she had a little bit more of details. So they were like, what's going on? So she was giving the police these details because les dijo que they needed to investigate. Mm-hmm. And she kept saying about how she had been seeing this ghost of this woman, and the spirit of the woman was tormenting her in her nightmares. And that was because something terrible that she had witnessed. They're like, okay. Todavía kind of skeptical about what she was saying. Mm-hmm. She said that the woman that was haunting her, it would go on for days, and while she was drinking. So they're like, oh,
who was drinking?
Okay.
La muchacha?
La muchacha, yeah.
Okay.
So then she said she would hear loud screaming of the woman, and it would consistently be in Fong's head. Like siempre, it was always screaming. So she told the officers that when she would fall asleep, she would dream this ghost again, asking her multiple times to return her head. The story was so intense that Ah Fong told the officers that it was so difficult for her to sleep, and that the voice started to repeat itself so much that she was so miserable because she didn't even sleep anymore.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that is when she was felt like she was going crazy. She decided to go to the police. So like I said, the officers were kind of like, I don't know about
what about
this girl.
Her parents?
We're going to get there. So she's like, I don't know about this girl. Let's go ahead and ask a little bit more. So it was clear that something was going on. So when Ah Fong said that whatever she was dreaming it wasn't a result of like she was telling them, it's not like something I'm making up. Like, les quería explicar que it was something else, And then finally, like, she would say something and then a little bit more. Al último, the last thing that she said was, it was a part of a terrible crime that I was involved in.
Okay.
So Ah Fong went on to tell the officers that the dream and screams that she was hearing were going to stop, but only if she confessed to what they had done.
Okay.
She then asked the officers to come with her to an apartment. I would have been like,
Yeah.
Would you? I'd be like,
well, I mean, if you want to show them.
But, yeah.
I mean, it had gotten to that point, like you were saying, that she was like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
If this is the only way for me to get rid of what I'm dreaming about, then so be it,
I can rest, right?
Yeah.
So she told the officers, the officers were still like, I don't know if we should believe her or not, if
skeptical.
This is real, so a little bit. But the only way they were going to find out if she was saying the truth or not was
to follow her,
right?
Yeah.
So she did. They did. She also told them that they were going to this apartment, and she told them that she was going to give them the proof to show that it was true. So they went with her. So she took them to the 3rd floor apartment building in Granville Road in Shisha Su. So the officers knew that the area was very well known for frequent crimes. So before even going there, cuando les estaba diciendo la dirección, they were like, what is this little girl doing out here at 14 years old? Or why is she even trying to get into this area, right? Or why is she in the area? So when officers arrived to the apartment, so the apartment was in bad condition, Estela. I mean, there was shit everywhere, like literal feces. There was blood splattered everywhere. It was just cosas tiradas. It smelled really bad, like sucio. It was filthy. They said that it was so bad that they even had a hard time standing for a minute adentro de ahí.
Oh, wow.
Everywhere you looked, there was a blood stain or a blood soaks all over estaba soaked the walls and stuff. And it was dirty. It was just bad. So she then, Fong decided to instruct the officers to go ahead and come on in. So ya pasaron. Now, once they all walked into the apartment, she showed them a Hello Kitty mermaid.
Okay.
So there was a Hello Kitty. The doll was about, like 3 feet, like one of those ya grandecita, I didn't know if to call her a stuffed animal or a doll. Pero,
a doll? Like an Annabelle or something?
No, not like an animal. It was a Hello Kitty.
No, but I'm saying, pero así como de alta.
Sí, de alta como la Annabelle.
Yeah,
Andale.
okay.
Pero she was still stuffed, like a Hello Kitty. So she pointed over to the Hello Kitty, where the Hello Kitty was laying on the floor, and she was filthy, and she had blood stains, everything. And she told them that they needed to look in there.
Inside the doll?
Inside the doll.
Inside the muñeca?
Inside of the Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty.
So whenever the officers opened the doll, or they got closer to the doll, ella les dijo, instructed them where to look. And when they were able to see that their doll was kind of sewed together and they opened it, this is when they found the most horrifying thing that they've ever seen. Inside there was a human skull.
What the fuck?
Now, shocked, they knew that they needed to be calm because the only way that they were going to find out who the skull belongs to was going to be from
her.
From Fong, right?
Yeah.
At this point, the officers kind of were like, okay, hold your horses. We're standing here with the girl that's 14.
In this area.
That we know is not good. And there's blood everywhere.
It's shit everywhere.
Shit everywhere, literal. And
a Hello Kitty with the skull inside of it. What?
Exactly. So then they started to take it more serious. And they started asking the girl more questions. And now the 14-year-old girl, ella nada más quería que lo escucharan. So basically she opened up fairly quickly. And she said that the person that was inside was 23-year-old Fan Man-yee.
Okay.
So I will be referring to her as Fan because just because it's easier. So her name is Fan Man-yee. And she also told them that was the spirit that was constantly bothering her.
Okay.
So Ah Fong told the officers that the only way that she was going to leave her alone was if she told the police the truth.
Yeah.
So the police started to look around the apartment. And at this point, they have a skull, right? And it's inside of the Hello Kitty. They also recovered a bag of a tooth and some organs in the plastic bag.
Okay.
So the officers are now at this point collecting this shit, right?
Right.
Like, what the hell? So who is Fan Man-yee? Let's get started with who is this young lady, which is a 23-year-old. She was correct. And how does she end up in this apartment? So Fan was born in 1976 in Hong Kong, and she had a very difficult childhood. I mean, difficult. She was not like any other children. Her parents did abandon her.
Oh, wow.
And she was placed in an orphanage. Now, in the orphanage, she was summoned to very bad conditions. Everywhere she couldn't sleep anywhere clean. Everything was dirty. She was always in a never-ending punishment, and she was always starving. They were starving her.
So sad.
So the education was not priority of the orphanage.
Yeah.
So since they're not able to study, and there was she didn't study because there was lack of any education at the damn orphanage.
Yeah. They didn't care about them at all.
They didn't care, and she was starving most of the time. She left at the age of 15, and she became a sex worker to feed herself. Now, in this condition and in the work that she was in, sadly, most of the time, they did become drug addicts at that time. And she was an addict at a very young age. And all she was doing was trying to survive.
Yeah.
In 1996, in her early 20s, she started to work as a dancer at a nightclub.
When did this take place?
In 1999.
Okay.
So in 1996, she started working as a dancer. And while working there, she fell in love.
Okay.
And it was with one of her clients. She married him soon after. Some places had a name for him and some places didn't. They were calling him Kong or something like that. But I didn't want to, I'm not sure. And she also did become pregnant with her son. They were far from perfect, Stella. They were both addicted to drugs, and there was a lot of fights, a lot of fist fights, and physical and mental abuse from her husband to Fan on a daily basis. So Fan went through the same thing that she did when she was in the orphanage. Mm-hmm. So there was just nothing that she could do because this was the person that was supposed to get her out of this.
I mean, and if that's all you ever know, like, how do you that's
exactly,
you just stay. So
not only that, but they were both very highly addicted to drugs. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the things that they did together, but then also bad things they did together.
To get drugs?
To get drugs, yeah. Okay. So their marriage did not last. In 1997, Fan had to find a job again because she wanted drugs and she wanted to help her son survive, right? She returned to what she knew what to do, which is walking the streets. And she went to work at a Cole's Romance Villa Brothers. I'm pretty sure that's just the way it's translated, but that's what they had. And this is where she met 34-year-old Chan Man-lok. Okay. He was, and from now on, I'm going to call him Chang. So he was her drug dealer. And not only that, he was a member of the gang of the Triads.
Okay.
So if we don't know this, the Triads are one of the largest syndicate of organized crime in all of Hong Kong and Southeast China. So him being a member of that, he wasn't a good person, obviously. Yeah. She became close to him, to Chan, fairly quickly since that was her drug supplier. And she would work with him and they actually started like working together. He would bring her high clients, high profile clients y todo. Entonces ella, she would, obviously do her thing. Job.
Yeah.
Fan was engaged with the person that was helping her with everything that she surrounded herself with. So meaning drugs and prostitution. She was living the life, right? Not only with Chan, but also with his friends and his associates. She increasingly became comfortable with them and she began to be around with them in their lifestyle, not only like as a worker, but also being with them like chilling, you know? So one night they were all drunk and on drugs. Fan stole about 4,000 yen, around $500 at that time. That's how much it was, from Chan's wallet. She thought he was never going to notice. That same night, Chan had left the nightclub after they had been chilling or whatever, and he went to go buy drinks at a nearby 7-Eleven. When he got there, he noticed that there was something wrong with his wallet. He was missing money, a chunk of cash. And he immediately said
he knew who it was.
He knew it was her y que no sé qué. So
well, I'm sure he knew that nobody else would dare to do that, to him, especially,
well, it's true. So immediately he went back to the nightclub and he started beating Fan.
Wow.
And finally, she said, okay, I took the money, dude. Like, I did it. Okay, I took it.
Yeah.
And she returned the money. Right? But that wasn't enough for Chan. Because Chan was a part of, I guess, like a part of a certain triad group. They were called the Man People Triads. And if you stole from them, like, that was not okay.
Like, you were going to die.
You were going to die. So it meant that it was going to give him a bad image as a man, basically.
In that group.
Yeah. So he told Fan that since she had taken the money away from him, she was going to pay now not the 4,000 yen that she already returned and more. It's back. She needed to pay 20,000 yen.
Oh, goddamn.
And with interest. Mm-hmm. And she was going to be punished until she paid him back. So Fan said, she was aware. She was like, I know that I'm in danger. Like, he's going to kill me because he's not scared of killing people over money. And she also knew that she was not going to be able to pay that money back.
Yeah.
So she said, okay, I'll pay you back. Just give me time. And she went straight to work the streets, literally that night. But she started giving him money. And it wasn't going to be easy to let her go because of his ego. So what did he do? He said, okay, doesn't matter how much you give me. It's never going to be enough because he was adding to the debt.
Well, the interest, I guess.
Or whatever he thinks. So he now reaches out to two of the gang members that he knows that are associated with him, an additional 2. So it'd be 21-year-old Lung and 27-year-old Lun. They have the same first name, Shine Show. And they found Fan while she was at the Red District, working. And they brought her back to the apartment. They kidnapped her. On March 17 of 1999, they brought her to the apartment. And this place was big when Fan got there. Okay. So it had 5 bedrooms, Estela. So it was a big,
like a
big
nice
place. Yeah, it was a flat. And it was fully decorated from head to toe with Hello Kitty merch.
Oh.
Everything. I'm talking about the curtains, the fucking rugs, the walls, estaba pintadas de Hello Kitty, everything. Everything was Hello Kitty.
That's odd.
Very odd. But
not that Hello Kitty is odd, but...
No. Very odd that the fact that...
Todo.
Toda la casa. No nada más los cuartos.
El apartamento, no.
Todo el apartamento. So Chan said that he was going to now, I guess, own Fan. I guess that's what he said. And he said...
well, in a way, he kind of already did, right?
He kind of did.
But I guess he was taking it farther.
Yes, he was going to take it further. And he said that he was going to bring clients. And then Fan was going to work, her sex worker.
In the Hello Kitty apartment?
In the Hello Kitty apartment. And that he would... and then he would get them to pay him, pero él se quedaba el money. Kind of like a pimp.
Yeah,
yeah, like a pimp. Pero not a good pimp. He wasn't a good pimp. No matter how much Fan would make, once again, ella estaba haciendo el money, whatever.
I think he was just never going to be able to let go que se atrevió a robarle, Even if she paid him back or quadruple what she stole.
Yeah. No, she probably did, because we're talking about, she was working
you said que le estaba pagando.
Sí. Y like the clients, que he was making them go in there and basically rape her.
Yeah.
And they were paying him and no le daban ni un dólar. So it was never going to be enough. Not only did he do this, now the gang members that he brought with them,
los dos con el mismo
nombre, would beat her as well. So they started this torture like it was fun. They beat her so bad one time, or I think one of the first time que they beat her, I don't know if it was one of the first times or it wasn't, pero to where she was in so much pain that she could not stand on her own 2 feet.
Oh my God.
The apartment turned into a torture chamber, basically, for Fan. Chan, which is the guy, turned the apartment into a prostitution place. So he would have personal clients come by.
Like a brothel?
Like a brothel, ándale. Yeah. Pero nada más había una, or sex work. Nada más una.
Fan.
And she would just lay there like a corpse.
That's so sad.
After this, Chan and his gang member friends, after having her lay there all day for I don't know how many fucking sick fucks are out there.
Yeah.
And then she was just laying there. Then they would turn and torture her. And she would scream in pain, and they would throw things at her when she would scream in pain. After the torture, they would ask her to laugh.
Oh my God, what the fuck?
And smile.
Ew.
And if she didn't, they would beat her even more. So her body was full of bruises and marks, right? So she actually started to smell, Estela.
Pues sí. Like, imagínate. I doubt that he let her fucking shower or something.
Yeah. So
especially, do you even think she was able to clean herself?
She probably couldn't move.
You just said she couldn't even stand.
Yeah, she couldn't move. So some of the clients stopped coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're like, I'm not good. The clients would show up, usually that were there, that actually eventually started showing up were because they wanted to torture Fan too.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Eventually, they did add another person to the group that would also torture Fan. And that is Fong, the 14-year-old girl.
I'm so confused how she plays a part in this.
You'll see. She was allegedly one of the girlfriends of one of the gang members. So either with the 21-year-old or 27-year-old. I don't know which one because they don't specify.
Or maybe otros, quién sabe.
So she said that she eventually also moved into the apartment. So
the Hello Kitty?
The Hello Kitty apartment. So maybe she was kind of like Fan, que también no tenía donde vivir y todo eso, you never know. So she said that when she got there and she saw Fan, she was told that she was being punished for not paying money that she owed.
Mm-hmm. Which is not the truth because she was paying it.
She paid it. And no, not only that, pero she gave him the fucking money back. Yeah. Ya te lo regresó, okay, ya la cagué, hombre, ya. O sea, but then Fong was very young, right? And the thing is with this story, you hear this a lot. She was very young, pero no creas que tan young. Porque,
well, I mean, you said she was 14, pero, I mean, your daughter's 14, and I'm sure...
She would know better. Well, knowing my daughter.
Pero, and I guess, like you said, it does. We don't even know how she was living her life tampoco, you know what I mean?
Did she have parents? Did she not have parents? We don't, right? But she said that after a while, and at one point, she actually would join and she enjoyed torturing her as well. Now, is it because she was so blinded by the devil that she forgot that she was like, that was another human? I mean,
but blinded by the devil, or do you mean she was just influenced by the people?
She scared?
Yeah, like if I don't go along with this, a lo mejor esto me va a pasar a mí también, you know?
So, or was she like okay with the pain that this other human was going
through? Or she enjoyed it? Like she actually got an enjoyment out of it?
So Chang would find different ways to hurt Fan eventually.
Like ella sola?
No.
Or con todo el grupo?
No, el solo, he would find different ways to hurt her. Chang, yeah.
Okay.
So a veces, like, he would burn her feet so bad.
Oh my God.
So that she couldn't run. And in a story that I listened about her, was que a veces le echaban limón
to her wounds?
A las wounds o chili oil. Like chili oil, aceite, a las wounds.
Oh my God.
¿Te imaginas
That's
el dolor?
Just like beyond.
Yeah. Beyond.
Wait, I was going to say I'd just fucking kill myself.
Pero, I mean, she probably couldn't even have the strength to kill herself.
Yeah.
Like, to be honest. And so, they found out that she ended up pregnant. How did they find out? I don't know.
¿Y luego de quién?
¿Y de quién? Pues quién sabe.
Yeah.
But that didn't really stop him.
Yeah, or it didn't really matter to them.
It didn't really matter. So now he was taking clients to pay him para que vinieran to torture her.
Instead of having sex with her. Or raping her, I guess.
Yeah, raping her. At one point, the 14-year-old Fong said that she was scared. Like, como que ya al último, she was like, oh, shit, like, this is not okay. Ya nos pasamos, you know? And she said she didn't want to watch the torture. So then...
And she was seeing it, or she was
there
watching it before.
And so dice que it got so bad, I guess, como que she was like, I don't want to watch this anymore. And Chang forced her to watch it. She said that what they would do is they would get bored of the TV. I mean, I don't understand how they get bored. And they would tie Fan from the ceiling.
What?
With electrical wire. And they would leave her hanging there.
Dude, how is she still even alive, to be honest?
Well, sí duró la verdad. Maybe because she was already used to a lot of this, you know, maybe. But because me, I mean,
pero
with the first putazo, yo me voy a morir, güey.
No, way, pero you even say que they would like burn her feet.
Mm-hmm. Like, yo me voy a morir.
I don't know.
Yo no aguanto, güey.
Yo tampoco.
Yo no aguanto, güey. So, they would go and leave her hanging, hermana, from the ceiling. Pobrecita. And then they would be playing video games in the other room.
Imagine all of this. And I'm sorry, like, obviously, like, all of this is horrible, but just the juxtaposition of, like, all this torture and stuff in a Hello Kitty apartment.
Yeah, in a Hello Kitty apartment.
What?
Yeah. Like, that's fucked. So then there was not a part of the body of Fan that was not in pain or that had not suffered some sort of pain. At this point, a month has passed. And she was forced to live like a living corpse. She wasn't fed. And when they would feed her excrement. And then she would actually faint often from the hunger or
everything else that was going on.
Or
the
from
pain.
the full deep wounds, the pain, everything. She would faint. On April the 3rd of 1999, they locked her in the restroom, like in the...
¿En el baño?
En el baño como en el powder room. Mm-hmm. Y the animals, o sea, porque eso es lo que son, ni animales, porque ni los animales... Well, maybe. Went out to party. Y la dejaron encerrada. I mean, at this point, like, why do you even lock the door?
Well, she can't leave, I'm sure.
She can't move, bitch.
Yeah.
When they come back, Fong went to the restroom. Freshen up, I guess. Mind you...
She's 14.
And she goes to the restroom and she realized that Fan had stopped breathing.
Yeah.
So at this point, she's pobrecita, pero finally passed away.
Yeah, like...
She went to inform the others, and Chan had the great idea that he would put the body of Fan in a bar tub, which I didn't know what a bar tub was.
I was about to ask you.
So I went to I looked it up, and a bar tub is un tub que está hondo pero cuadrado. It's like squared but deep, and it's for people that that need help getting in. So it has a help for people that
¿Para agarrarte la mano?
Sí, como handicap.
Okay.
Y te agarras y te puedes meter.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
So it has a bar, so they call it a bar tub.
Okay.
So they were going to put the body of Fan into the bar tub, and they were going to cut her into pieces.
Like, who does this?
After that, they were like, oh, so that the pieces don't start smelling, let's boil it.
What?
I didn't know that was a thing. I don't want to know. I didn't want to look it up. I don't want that shit on my phone. So they boiled body parts.
So they cut her up.
Mm-hmm. So then, next thing you know, it took them 10 hours
to boil.
What
were they going to do with this?
I have no idea. I don't know if they thought que if they were boiling que se iba a deshacer o que en chingada.
I guess just something else to torture her still after she had already died.
Oh, yeah. So after, but everyone was tired from all the work boiling and cutting up the body.
Todas las 10 hours?
So they made noodles. With the same utensils that they used to boil the head.
With the same water?
The same utensils and the same everything, the spoon. They were spooning the head y luego spooning the fucking noodles. Yo no me como eso ni madre.
Es que, pues, okay, do you think they're all just scared of Chang and that's why they were just going along with it?
That's a good question.
No, I'm just, I'm curious because, damn, bitch, like, you could be a gang member and shit. Like, that's all fine and dandy, If,
you don't have to do that.
But, like...
I mean, if you represent your city or whatever you are...
No, like, if you deal drugs and shit and you're like, hey, motherfucker, I'm gonna kill their gang members and shit. Yeah, pero hasta aquí be like, let's boil somebody.
And then eat noodles from the same pot.
Yeah, that's just kind of like...
Yeah.
Where
do you cross the line?
That's what I was about to say.
Where do you say, no, that's it?
And be like, do I want to do this or do I want to die?
So Chang told Fong, because obviously now at this point we're thinking, pues, how is she still there?
Yeah.
She told her que, she was little, and she said que if she ever told a soul, that the same thing was going to happen to her. But the thing is, Fong couldn't forget about what happened, and she just couldn't stop hearing the screaming and the things. And
wasn't that kind of like that, the Telltale Heart, the Edgar Allan Poe?
Yeah, ándale. Yeah.
She couldn't stop hearing the heartbeat or whatever?
Heartbeat. And so this was so she just couldn't get over this horrifying scene.
And she kept on seeing it. Yeah, I mean, it was fucking up her life. I mean,
so at this point is when the officers say, okay, this was no fucking ghost. This is your guilty conscience. Your guilty conscience that you couldn't deal with the own guilt and the demons that were inside of you of what happened to this woman and that you were a part of. So that is why you kept hearing voices.
Seeing her, dreaming about her, todo, yeah.
So at this point, the police started investigating. They started getting ready to, to do what they do. And investigate. And they did find Fan's confirmed necklace there at the scene too. Mm-hmm. So I guess they started getting evidence. So after Fong's full confession, the police started to investigate and bring the men in for questioning. When they were brought in, they were charged. When they were in the court, they denied that they killed Fan. They said they didn't do it.
So who did it?
They claimed that Fan had died from an overdose or from being drunk. And that made me mad. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I understand that she was a sex worker. And I
addicted to drugs.
Addicted to drugs and whatever. And she could have been a horrible person. It doesn't matter. And she stole from you. Okay. But you don't say, she must have died just because of that.
Knowing damn well what you did.
Exactly.
What all of y'all did.
All of y'all. So the defense argued that they were going based on the word of a 14-year-old girl and that her word was not credible.
But who put the head in the doll?
Exactly.
And actually, how did the head end up inside of the Hello Kitty doll? Like, who?
Fong said that it was Chang's idea. She said that he actually was the one that they took after they finished boiling it. He was like, well, what do we do with it? And they looked around and they saw the doll and they took out the insides. Y que he actually sewed it back
together.
Like together. Yeah. That was his idea.
It's the devil.
Yeah, the devil for sure. Chang stated that he was just trying to teach her a lesson.
Bitch.
Before I say that, there was no way for them to determine the cause of death.
Right.
Because the body was so badly dismembered and disposed of.
Do you know, like, how long it had been from when she died to when La Muchacha went and told the police?
It wasn't long.
Okay.
It wasn't long. I think that because she had been there for a month, and I think that it couldn't have been a few weeks, like maybe a week or two. Like it wasn't that long. So going back to Chang, he said he was trying to teach her a lesson and make her repay, but he didn't kill her.
Even her body, they could still tell that her body was dismembered. So who dismembered her body?
Yeah. And then not only that, he denied intending to murder her.
That it was an accident?
Fan, he said he suggested that she might have died from drug use or poor health, but not from torture.
And I guess he would say, yeah, I provided the drugs, but that's it.
But not from torture, though.
No.
Loong Sheng Shou, which is the 27-year-old, he said that he did participate as well. And he did hit Fan at one point, but he was just following orders.
Of course.
That's what we talked about earlier. But he didn't plan for her to die.
No, of course they didn't.
They were nice people.
That's why. Well, let's burn her feet.
And
then hang her from the ceiling.
And that's why we put chili oil in her wounds.
And salt, right? You said?
Salt, limon. Loong Wang Yun, the 21-year-old, said that he was just a bystander, and he admitted to taking part of the abuse, but not the worst of the torture.
So what was the worst of the torture? I thought you guys didn't do anything. I thought that you guys.
I mean, he was there and he was a bystander, but he didn't do the worst of the worst. Yeah. Fong was given immunity.
Oh,
in the case, because she was the main witness, and because of her age, she did not face any charges. I think she did face charges, but they weren't as severe as what they were. And because
the others,
the men, and not only that, but she was the only witness that the prosecution had. So they were like, well, they had to give her something, right? At the end of the court, the judge. Wow. At the end of the court, the judge called the crime exceptionally cruel and inhumane.
Yeah.
And all three men were sentenced with manslaughter. Yes.
¿Allá no matan?
Not murder.
¿Allá no matan?
No matan. And not only that, they were sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole.
Oh, shit.
In 20 years. And
so are they out now?
Let me finish. They're serving in the Stanley prison over there in Hong Kong. Now, you would say, why? Why is that? Well, because the only thing that they were able to find was just the skull inside of the Hello Kitty.
Right.
They could not find any of the rest of her body so that they can test it for what happened. So technically, I mean, there could have been any reasons of
and
why.
That apartment that que los llevó ella at the beginning of the case, was that the Hello Kitty apartment?
That's the Hello Kitty apartment. Yep. So in 2004, I'm going to give y'all a side story. So in 2004, Lu Ling Sheng Shou.
So like 5 years later.
Yeah, 5 years later. No, I think it was, like 5 years later. In 2004, Lu Sheng Shou his sentence was reduced to 18 years.
Why?
Because of an appeal application. Yeah. And he was released in 2014. 8 years later, in 2022, he was put back in jail.
Oh.
Because he assaulted a 10-year-old little girl. So that comes to show you alone.
Yeah. That
these are not good people. Yeah. They did release, I'm going back a little bit. They did release a psychiatric report of Castle P Hospital and Seam Hospital there in Hong Kong. And all three of the murderers were described as remorseless in 2004. They didn't give a fuck.
Hell no. Not
one fuck. In the year 2000, the skull of Fan Man-yee was finally given back to her husband for a proper burial. The judge said that this was something that he thought was important for her because of the undignified nature of the case.
I mean, her husband wasn't a good person either.
He was not.
Y pobrecito de su hijo.
That's where I'm going. Fan's son was a toddler. So he was about 2 or 3 when she died. And the boy was later on also placed in foster care.
Yeah.
His mom passed away and his father was an addict and he could not take care of her.
It's a girl?
Or him. It was him. Oh. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Every report that I found mentioned him growing up in foster care.
Oh.
I know that. So my question was like, where is this woman's family? Like, where's her mom? But then I remember she
came from foster. From the foster system.
So. Okay. But then I was like, so she was gone a month and her husband didn't even like go look for her or whatever.
No.
So there's a mention somewhere que dice que he just thought she was just on a binge and she was going to come back. Like he was like,
he said she was gone for like a month or something. Yeah. And I'm sure maybe it happened
before.
Yeah, maybe for like a week or a couple of days or something.
Yeah. Pero dice in that same thing that I heard, decía que he had been hearing about her, something going on with her, pero que he just didn't understand why. And when he would go ask these people about her, ellos le decían that they didn't know anything. So maybe like I have a feeling or like something que estos güeyes iban and they would go talk about what they would do to her.
To others,
yeah. So because...
And I'm sure maybe they ran in the same... Not in the same circles, pero que su husband también,
he was a drug addict, whatever. So then he probably would hear. Pero dice él, quién sabe si será verdad, pero que he would look for her and that que nobody wanted to give him information. I really highly doubt it, but whatever. So in 2012, the apartment where the torture was taking place was demolished.
Good.
And in 2002, excuse me. So in 2002, the apartment where the torture was taking place was demolished. And in 2012, a hotel was made there in its place.
Okay.
And this is the case that they call now the Hello Kitty murder, but it is the case of Fan Man-yee.
Mm-hmm. I had never heard of this case, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then at the end of a lot of the other cases that I listened to or whatever, they would bring up the whole Hello Kitty, but I just didn't think that it was necessary. It had nothing to do with Hello Kitty. It just happens to be...
That's where it took place.
I think that the reason that the place was full of Hello Kitty stuff was because since they do a lot of underage sex work, or maybe they thought maybe this would be more appealing or something. Well, that little girl, she lived there. So, I mean...
That's nasty.
Very. Let us know what you think about this case. What do you think?
I mean...
There's nothing to think.
It's sad. It's
very sad.
People are...
I mean, I just feel like we need to remember that this is still humans. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, how could you like, you had no sense of humanity at all.
No.
Like, you gave no sense
And over what? Just because she, like you said, she paid you back or was paying you back, like, ¿qué más querías?
Yeah,
they were just doing it for fun.
Then after a while, when they, like, I feel like you could have stopped.
Yeah.
Like, let her go. Like, when you were, like, hanging her like a pinche piñata and shit, like, no, that's not okay. That's not okay. Well, let us know what you think. Thank you so much for listening. If you would like to follow us on Instagram, we are at
Cafecito and Crime Pod. And if you would like to download our episodes, rate us or leave us a review, we would greatly appreciate it.
Do us a solid. Download the episode and leave us a review. Send us a message. Que pedo, que onda? Thank you so much for listening, and we will talk to you in the next one.
Bye.